Sunday, we took a look at what it meant to work out your salvation. We noted that when Paul was talking and referring to Philippians chapter 2, verse 12, it says believers must work out their salvation. We noted that he did not mean that they should work for their salvation. What Paul, meant to say is that they should conduct themselves in a manner worthy of the gospel of Christ. It is God who is at work in you and within you. It is God who initiates the work in this whole process, helping others to work out their salvation. So we looked at the fact that we need to work out our salvation. The one thing we also noted that Paul, in his writings, was very intensely practical. He always related things such as duty and doctrine, creed and character, faith and life. To him, they were inseparable. You could not have one without the other. Therefore, he writes in Philippians chapter 2, verse 13, "My dear friends, as you always obey, not only in my presence, but much more in my absence, continue to work out your salvation with fear and trembling. For it is God who works in you to will and to act in order to fulfill his good purpose." There are two types of obedience that he wants for us to have. I want us to think about these today. One that is only done in the presence of others. Very common form. And basically what it is that we do things only because others expect us to do it a certain way. Because we fear what they might think, we do things. Yet Paul did not want the Philippians to react this way. It's what he would later call eye service. Their faith would be environmental faith. It's active only when the environment requires it. What Paul really wanted was for us to have an active form of faith. What it does is it pleases God, our conscience, and no one else. It's a type of obedience that is obedient regardless of what happens. It is a type of obedience that Paul wants us to have. It's what he wants us to do when we render our service to the Lord in his cause. He wants us to realize also that God and man walk hand in hand in our role of salvation. Everyone must work out their salvation. And the reason that happens is because we have fear and trembling. Now, fear and trembling indicates to us that there's a place for fear. Because of the fear of the Lord, we'll have a prolonged life. Because we fear the Lord, we will stray from evil and do only that which is right. Fear of the Lord propels us to hate evil and to love what is right and good. Therefore, fear has a proper place when we realize what the alternative is. So remember this as you take time and work out your salvation. We want to invite you to join us Sunday at the Clearview United Brethren Church. We will be practicing social distancing. If you don't have a mask, we will provide one. We want to encourage you to become part of the service, that we might share the good news of Jesus Christ with you. May God bless.